So y'all, it's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I'll be covering the full card of UFC 272. I cannot fucking wait for this card. Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. This card is going to be fucking dope. It's kind of like a super fight night. That's what I've dubbed it. But, I mean, it's a really, really fun card. You know, it is what it is. I know there's not a lot of title fights on the card. But, it's going to be a fucking fun night. I'm gonna stream, obviously. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna chill, and we're gonna watch the funeral of Jorge Masvidal. But besides that, I mean, a lot of good fights on here. A lot of would I say close fights? I feel like I wouldn't even say close fights. I would say they're like fights you could you see on a card. You're like, oh, I know all those guys' names. I don't even I just know all of them, right? So, I think it's one of those cards that's just a really good card, a really good pay-per-view. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait for it. And hope you guys enjoy this full card prediction breakdown. But yeah, let's get to it, man. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Brian Kelleher. I mean, Umar looked really good against Sergey. It didn't age the best, because Sergey just lost. But Sergey was in a war. Kelleher's on a 2-fight win streak, which is somewhat impressive, against Kevin Kroom. But, I mean, that fight was, weirdly competitive in the first round until he took him down. And then he completely destroyed that Domingo guy. And then he's coming off that, dude, the destruction of Brian Kelleher is what I saw when he fought fucking Ricky Simone, bro. That was a clinic. Kelleher is still in his prime. He's 35 years old. He's the upset king. Let's not forget, man. Who was the guy No, it wasn't Ray Rodriguez. It was... I forgot who Kelleher got the big upset over. Oh, man. It was a left hook. I forgot the guy's name. He's a good wrestler, too. I forgot his name. How did I forget his name? Oh, man. I feel so bad forgetting his name, but... Tell me who it is. It was a good left hook. I remember the odds were nuts on that card. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, Kelleher, he's the upset king. He can get it done against this kind of competition. We've seen him kind of do it. But, I mean, it's what you really believe on. Do you think Umar is the truth? Or do you think, he's not as good as he thinks he is? I think Umar is the truth. Out of all those AKA guys, I actually like Umar the best. Or that AKA bunch, right? And I like Umar and Usman. I like those guys a lot. I think Umar's really, really good. I think he's really complete. And I think he's going to get a decision victory. I don't think he's going to finish Kelleher. Kelleher's super tough. And if he can beat Kelleher, it kind of shows us where he's at, man. Is he on that Ricky Simone kind of level? And, I mean, it's going to be a real test. I mean, Kelleher is a decent gatekeeper. I wouldn't say he's a gatekeeper to the top 15, but he's a gatekeeper to those guys who are like, oh, he's on the higher echelon of unranked bantamweight. So you beat Kelleher, it shows you where you're at. So I got to go Umar by decision. And he has a bit of a reach advantage going into this, so that's something to always look at. But, yeah, I got to go Umar here. Next fight, Kennedy, the great Kennedy, and Nishkui. I remember how to say his name. Both these guys hard fucking last names versus Nick Morani. I think I just called him the N-word. But it is what it is. Nick is from Romania. I mean, this guy he's coming off a really good knockout victory over Ike Villanueva, and I mean, I expected that, but I did fade him against Oleksiejczuk Kimura, and he surprised me. I thought he won that fight. Some people felt like Kimura won, but I didn't think it was a robbery. I thought he definitely won. Kennedy, I used to really hate this dude because I did fade him before the loss to Jung. That's why I enjoyed seeing Jung destroy him. I was so happy when Jung laid him out. But, I mean, the guy did beat fucking Danilo Marquez and fucking Carlos Ulberg. So that kind of tells me what level Kennedy's he's, I would say, above a guy like a Mike Rodriguez. But he's nothing special. But I think he can beat a guy like Nick. I really do believe that. I think he does have the reach advantage. He does train with Fortis MMA. I know some people think they're trash. I used to really hate them. I used to call them trash, but after just watching these cards this last year and just really watching how their fighters compete on the prelims, they know how to win prelim fights, man. That's one thing if you just notice about certain teams, they're consistently winning prelim fights. I just feel like when you give them a really big opportunity, they kind of like just choke, right? And they did their thing with Jeff Neal, right? Against Ponzinibbio. I give them their credit. Diego Ferreira's obviously been a sad situation for them. So their team isn't as as big as it was. You remember when they had Jeff Neal, Diego Ferreira, and they were winning all kinds of fights, and they had Uriah Hall at the time too. So they had that like kind of like big three coming up, but people were really paying attention to Ferreira and really Jeff Neal, and they've kind of fallen off. But guys like Kennedy and Jinyu Frey, I know she hasn't competed, and other people, they just know how to win fights. They know how to win fights. They know how to win these spots, and I got to take Kennedy by third round TKO, man. This guy. Man, he knows how to just turn the tide, and he'll be getting his ass beat for like the whole fight. Just trust the process, y'all. Just trust the process. He'll eventually get the victory here. I just got to take Kennedy here, and he has a reach advantage. He's tall, he's long and lanky. He does overuse high guard, but it depends. I think Jung is actually decent, and I think he will be ranked at light heavyweight. I don't think he's going to go far, but I do think the guy will make the top 15. So I don't think he lost anyone bad. But and even before that, he lost to Paul Craig. I think he's losing to actually decent guys. I don't think he's losing to bums. Like if Saperbek Safarov is beating you, like what are we doing, Nick? Like what are we doing, bro? But next fight, Jalin Turner versus Jamie Mullarkey. This fight I have been so hyped for. It's probably one of my favorite spots on the prelims. It's actually a real big debate. Everyone's taking, well, I wouldn't say everyone. A lot of people are taking Mullarkey because, his toughness, and they've seen Jalin Turner get hurt. But I've been on this kid, Jalin Turner, for a minute. I told all y'all to pick him against Medic. I like Medic. He trains a lot with fucking my boy Marvin Vettori, and y'all know how I like Marvin Vettori. But it doesn't matter if you're cool with the guy. You're not going to be as good as Marvin. No disrespect. I think Medic was a good striker, but I just think Jalin Turner is so big for the weight class. Like, I know everyone brings up Joel Alvarez, but they never bring up Jalin Turner. Like, it's crazy. Like, Joel Alvarez gets so much weight bully hate, but Jalin Turner, I guess maybe because he did go up in weight, so he doesn't get that anymore. But he did try welterweight. It didn't end well for him, but he's on a really good 3-fight win streak. Beating Medic, beating Brock Weaver. Nothing special there. But the Calabal win, Joshua Calabal's actually kind of aged pretty well for him. He's a pretty decent guy. And then, he lost to Matt Frevola, but Frevola had a wrestling advantage. I don't think Mullarkey's going to do that. Mullarkey, I mean, he could. I did see him try against Ziam. But, I think Jalin, I think he really is going to win this fight just on a technical basis. I think he's better than him technically. Obviously, I'm a little worried about his chin, but he got fucking touched by Luque. I might not like Luque. I know all y'all love Luque, but I can't deny the fact the guy is a top 5 welterweight, and you lost to a top 5 welterweight. Like, there's no shame in that, right? Jamie Mullarkey, I like the guy a lot. I mean, he did Devontae Smith dirty. Fucking did Kama Worth. Boy, that's crazy. He beat both of them. And they fought each other. That's wild. Like, he beat both of them. Like, I don't know. Back to back, too. It's funny. Obviously, lost to Ziam, lost to Rydell. I think Mullarkey's chin, eventually it got to go. Like, it's gone before, but I guess he kind of revived it. I don't know how he did it, but it's going to go again. And I think Jalin Turner could get a surprise finish here, man. I really do believe that. I could see him winning a decision here, but has he won? Yeah, he has. He's finished his last fucking 3. The guy has, like, he gives me kind of like Luke Rockhold vibes, where he's just so good everywhere offensively, like his striking, his grappling. Like, he gets these guys and he fucking hurts them, and he gets on top. Like, Rockhold used to do that so much. Like, people forget he hurt Machida before actually, like, choking him out, and then he got on top and obviously did his work. And I see that a lot in Turner. Obviously, I do think the chin thing is a legit kind of thing I'm looking at, but I don't think it's the time to fade him. Maybe it is time now, but I don't know if Mullarkey can finish him. I just don't know. I feel like Devontae quit. No disrespect. I don't think Turner's gonna quit. I think if he does lose, his body's gonna shut off. I don't think he's gonna quit. So I'm probably gonna take Turner. I'm gonna take Turner by decision. I know I'm saying he could finish him, but I just don't know. I could see it though. I really could see it. Turner getting. I just don't know how he would finish him. Like I don't think he would finish him. I don't think he'd choke him. I don't. So I'm gonna take Turner by. Fuck it, man. He's been on a fucking finish streak. I'm gonna say. Third round TKO. Third round TKO by Jalin Turner. That is my official pick. So yeah. Next fight, Marina Rodriguez versus Xiaonan. This is a fight I've been thinking about, man. I really thought about going with Xiaonan for a minute. Because I do think a lot of people are putting too much stock into what Carla Esparza did to her. Marina Rodriguez, with all due respect, and I've picked her in her last two, and I picked her big against Dern when everyone called me fucking crazy. She's not a wrestler. She's a good striker. So Jan is going to be in her element. This is 50-50, bro. Like, I don't understand why people think, with all due respect, Rodriguez went to a draw with Calvillo. Like, and obviously there was wrestling, right? But it's like, this girl isn't fucking, like, I've just been noticing a lot of simps. And it's been, like, I used to really like Marina Rodriguez, but now it's kind of making me not like her. But I do actually think she's look, 92% untapped. Oh my god, it makes me want to pick Jan. And I think the odds are probably closer, but I gotta take Rodriguez here by decision. Maybe this could be a split, man. Zhang Yan wants to be a champion. I think this is a big fight for her. She doesn't win this fight, it's gonna, she has a lot on the line. And I think another thing that kind of goes against Yan is that she's fought grapplers that get tired a lot, right? Or people that are just done, are shot. Like, Angela Hill is a good victory. But, beating Claudia Gadelha, that girl only has, fucking 1 round of gas, right? Karolina Kowalkiewicz, she's a great-looking girl, and I like her a lot in that aspect, but she is done. She was done a long time ago. After Jessica Andrade took her soul, she was done with fighting. And then Angela Hill. I think that's a decent win, but y'all know me. I'm one of the biggest Angela Hill haters I think on YouTube all the time. So I really could care less. I don't care if it's fucking Black History Month too, man. She can kiss the ground. But yeah, I gotta take Marina Rodriguez here. I just think Marina's just better, a little better. Not by a lot. I could see Jan edging this out on a decision. It's what the judges like, man. It's gonna be a good striking affair, though. I think the females are actually gonna do themselves some favors and make sure I don't be calling them Ho MMA no more. I think these ladies are gonna actually really fight, so they're not gonna be hoeing it up. They're not gonna be hoeing it up in the octagon. But I gotta take Marina Rodriguez by decision here. But yeah. Next up, Tim Elliott versus Tagir Ulanbekov. This is a tough one here. Tim Elliott's a really good wrestler. Tagir is also a good wrestler. This is gonna be interesting. Elliott actually out wrestled. He lost and he almost died. But if you watch the Askarov fight, he actually out wrestled Askarov, and he could do that with Tagir. But Tagir's kind of big for a flyweight. I know they're like the same height, but he is the longer dude. But I saw a lot of low fight IQ from Elliott when he fought it's the Nicholas kid, Matheus Nikolai. That really made me mad. I don't know. It's probably not the best reason to fade him here, but he's 35 years old. That's a really weird age for flyweight. I think Elliott can beat some of these other flyweights, like these Juan Espinoza, right? Or not Juan, did I say Juan Espinoza? Who is the guy Jordan Espinoza. He can beat guys like that, that I guess beat up on their girls and he can whoop on, he can beat up on those kind of guys. But I just think Tagir, he's younger, not by a lot, by 5 years, but he's a little hungrier than him. And some people felt like Tagir lost his last fight, but if you're on top of the guy and you're controlling the guy, I do think you're going to get the edge there, and I think Tagir's going to get the edge here. I think he's going to get top control. I think it's going to be a little hard for him. This is going to be really fun scrambles. I think this is going to be an entertaining, basically a grappling match just with a little bit of punches. But I think they're going to really be fighting for positions, but I just think Tagir's going to find ways to get on top and control and get control time. So I got to take Tagir by decision here. So, yeah. Boom. I'm doing my Tapology picks right now, right as I do these. Next fight, really good fight. Dustin Jacoby versus Mikel Oleksiejczuk. I've been not high on both of these guys. And both these guys have actually kind of outperformed from what I've thought. I've been fading Mikel, and he's performed well. I thought he lost the Bukauskas fight, and that's not a good look. He did great against Gazmatov. He fucking knocked him out, sent him out of there, right? Respect to him. But I think Dustin Jacoby, in this kind of fight, I think he'll outperform him. It's not like he did anything against John Allen, or he fucking knocked out my boy Darren Stewart. So I don't like neither of these guys. But the draw to Ian Cutelaba, that one, I have to give the guy his credit. I mean, he looked really good in there. I didn't think he was going to be able to do that against Cutelaba. I mean, Cutelaba, he fucking destroyed him in the first round with all them fucking takedowns. 10-8'd his ass. But, I mean, for him to rally back like that and almost beat Cutelaba, he could have finished him if he put more volume on him. But, I mean, that was impressive. He is a former Glory Kickboxing. I wouldn't call him a champion, but he's a former Glory kickboxer. He actually has a knockout victory in Glory over Carl Roberson. I actually kind of rate Carl. So I think Dustin probably is going to get the fucking decision here. I just didn't like what Oleksiejczuk did against Bukauskas. That just, I still can't forget that. And I don't know what I wonder what people are picking on tap. Yeah, Jacoby. People are going with Jacoby. So I got to take Dustin Jacoby here. Next fight, Marina Moroz versus Mariya Agapova. Agapova. I'll never forget that Dobson fight, bro. That Dobson fight is just fucking hilarious. I rewatched it just for the fucks of it, man. I was like, let me rewatch that. I mean, she had a good victory in her last fight, though. Yeah, against Sabina Meza. I mean, she looked way better. She looked like she fixed some of the holes in her game. Looked like she was using her jab. She used good lateral movement, and she just fought a smart fight. But what she did against Dobson is just hilarious. Like, I implore you guys to rewatch it. You know, I'm not a guy that really smokes a lot, but you know, if there's ever a time to smoke a blunt and then I just want to laugh at that girl, you go watch that. I was just in tears laughing. I'm like, what is she doing? And then the best part, I mean, it's not funny for Agapova, but they had to put the girl on a fucking stretcher, bro. She almost had a heart attack, man. That shit had me fucking crying, bro. But I think Agapova should win this. I think she's just better than Morozo in a lot of areas. It is funny, Kazakhstan versus Ukraine. So maybe some Ukraine sympathy, you never know. But all jokes aside, Agapova should win this. I just think she's just a little better than her everywhere. Her reach will help her a little bit. It's not by a lot, but I think she is decent. She is a decent MMA fighter. She's somewhat well-rounded. She's decent in the striking, I would say. And yeah, I think she should win a decision here. Clear cut. She has actually some decent finishing ability. I give her that. But I think a decision for Mariya Agapova. And I think she just knows that she can't fucking do what she did last time. So, yeah. Next fight, Manon Fiorot versus Jessica Eye. I'm going to keep this simple. You got a girl that's doing fucking OnlyFans versus a girl that's in the gym, in the trenches, grinding, thinking about winning a world championship. That's as much as I'm going to break this down. I will give Jessica Eye her credit. I felt like she won her last fight against Jennifer Maia. Even though I get it, she was damaged, she was bloodied up. But I felt like she won that fight. I don't know where Jessica Eye is at mentally. I don't know if she's a fucking top 5, top 10. The loss to Joanne Calderwood, or Joanne Wood, my bad. fucking irritated my soul. So that's why I'm never picking her again. But the Jennifer Maia one, I give her credit. She showed her toughness, even though she fucking does OnlyFans. And I hope she's making fucking money. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, all jokes aside. And she hasn't went over Viviana Jara. I forgot about that. And then she got fucking murdered against Valentina. It is what it is. Jessica's an interesting person. But Manon Fiorot, good kickboxer. If Jessica can take her down, then she can maybe make something interesting. But I think Fiorot should just whoop her ass for 3 rounds by decision. Like she did her last fight. I know a lot of people were trying to pick her over. I think when she gets to this level, I don't know how good Fiorot's going to be, but I think she decision. I think that's what I see. That's what I really see out of her. Almost kind of like how Cyril gone. He came up, got some finishes, right? But then it's decision. That's just a female trait. I know she yells when she kicks, and you're like, oh man, she kicks really hard, but decision. That's like, don't ignore that. She's gonna win it by decision, in my opinion. But yeah, man, we get to the main card. Hopefully, this is gonna be funny, man. I forgot about this guy. Fucking Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. I forgot they did this. I'm not. Oh my god. Fucking Sergey Spivak recently went bald, so we already know. Brian Ortega did it. Marvin Vettori did it against Jack Hermanson. We know what happens. Complete domination. I got Sergey Spivak 30. You know what? 30-26. I think he'll get a 10-8 round here. I think he could finish him. I don't know. I'm thinking about going with a finish, but Greg Hardy, man. I don't know. Spivak's chin is kind of suspect. This is actually kind of 50-50. It might be 50. I've actually picked Greg Hardy. I do see some talent. He's very athletic. He's very powerful. But I would have liked to see him get more of an amateur road to the UFC. And I think he's they've tried to feed him cans, but you just can't do that forever here. Like, you don't do that in the pro. Well, I wouldn't say the pros, but you don't do that in the UFC. I'm just gonna say that you don't do that in the UFC. You can get away with it in Bellator, and I don't have a problem with that. Bellator, you gotta do what you gotta do. You can get away with it in other promotions, but here, people are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, they're gonna call you out. I mean, the Maurice Green, when he was on his little 2-fight win streak against Jorge De Castro and then Maurice Green, I kind of show what level he's at. I think he's one of these, like I was just talking recently about on this video, Brian Keller. I think he's a moderate heavyweight, but anyone just close to that top 15 level, I don't think he's ever gonna fucking beat those guys. I actually thought what he did against Volkov was actually really impressive. I give him his credit there. He didn't get my bad, but like I was saying, right before this MacBook ruined my my video. He's a decent heavyweight, and I think after this ass whooping, that's gonna be 3. They'll give him a 4th one. I think he'll beat somebody. But I think Spivak by decision safe. Spivak obviously has the wrestling. We've seen Greg. He cannot fucking wrestle. He just got knocked out. Well, I wouldn't say brutally, but he got knocked out by Ty. And I guess Ty is number 3 in the world, so you kind of gotta respect it at this point. But yeah, I just think Spivak should get the takedowns, get the control, and he should be good here. This is his fight to win, and also his fight to lose. If he flukes it, then it is what it is. He gets caught on the chin, that's on him. But I think Spivak should win this fight by decision, and I think he could get a finish here, ground and pound. Don't be surprised. This guy beat Tai Tuivasa. I always forget that. This guy fucking choked his fucking ass out. His home, his backyard. His back fucking yard. But okay, so all these fights coming up next, I've done breakdowns for him, so I'm just gonna go really quickly. But yeah, so up next, Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira. So go check out that breakdown. That will be coming out on Thursday. But yeah, I gotta go with Kevin Holland here. I don't think I really need to say anything. But yeah, Kevin Holland's my pick by decision. I do think Holland is not gonna finish Oliveira. Maybe he could. But I think decision's a fair pick here. Next up, Edson Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell. So I will go a little in depth in here because I didn't talk about this on my breakdown. I had just seen the Bryce Mitchell interview with Ariel Helwani, and Bryce Mitchell, he's a savage for that. I give him a lot of credit for even fucking doing that, for saying that. I'm gonna tell myself a little. I guess you guys are gonna find out a little bit about eBay. When I was a lot younger, and I am pretty young. I am a pretty young guy right now. I am pretty young. But when I was a lot younger, a few years back, I used to watch a little bit of Alex Jones, right? I've always wanted an Alex Jones gimmick in the UFC. I think we got ours in Bryce Mitchell, bro. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So I'm not going to go too in depth with that. But he's going to get killed. That's the problem. Like, if they wouldn't get... Like, okay. Andre Fili, he beat him. But from Andre Fili to Edson Barboza, I know Edson's coming off a pretty bad loss at Giga. He got fucking destroyed in that third round. And he's 36. But Andre Fili to Edson Barboza? Like no, man. No, man. Barboza is going to murder him. Barboza has decent takedown defense. I don't know how Barboza is going to kill him. But I'm saying Barboza by knockout in the second round. And what I mean by I don't know how, I don't know what fucking limb he's going to use. I don't know if he's going to use his fucking knee or his fucking hands. But one thing I do know is that fucking Bryce Mitchell is going to drop fucking dead. I like Bryce. I respect the hustle, man. I respect the hustle. And I ain't going to take your guns. I promise you that. I ain't going to fucking take your guns. But Bryce is a little thug in there. I give him a lot of credit, man. He earned that nickname Thug Nasty after that fucking interview. That shit's hilarious. I was in tears, y'all, watching that. I was literally, I was in tears when he said Sandy Hook was fake. Well, he didn't say it was fake, but it was the government was involved. I mean, I'm gonna stop myself, bro. I'm about to get canceled and lose my black card real quick. Hey, I'll lose everything. But next up in the co-main event, I do have a breakdown on this. Rafael Dos Anjos versus Rafael Fiziev. I've been very vocal on Instagram and Twitter. Dos Anjos is a former champ, and I'm seeing a lot of disrespect for the guy. I haven't seen this in a very long time. We're gonna find out if Fiziev is the truth. If Fiziev can knock out Dos Anjos, I will never discredit the guy. I won't call him midget boy. I won't call him what's the other guy's name? Is it Magomed Mustafayev? Yeah, Magomed Mustafayev's son. I won't say none of that. I'm gonna respect him, but this is my last stand. This is actually, I don't know. I'll probably still hate on the guy after this, but I'm putting my foot down on here. Dos Anjos is gonna have a very similar performance to like what he did against Kevin Lee. I think he's gonna sub this dude with an arm triangle. I think he's so good with those arm triangles, and I think he's gonna fucking break him. I think maybe Fiziev might win the first 2 rounds, but I think when they get to round 3 and then Dos Anjos is shooting for takedowns, it's gonna be a different story. But go check out my breakdown. I got Dos Anjos by 4th round submission. I think y'all must have forgot. I think he's been looking amazing. If you go to look at his IG, he looks like the fucking man. Looks like that fucking knee injury just made him like 2 times better. I know he's a lot older, but I think he got one last run in him left, and I want to see him. I've always wanted to see him fight Justin Gaethje. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to see that fight because I think he could expose him. But just my opinion, Justin's fighting for a belt. I'd love to see him fight Islam now. That would actually be a really cool fight to make. And I love that this fight is 5 rounds. And it's dope because him and Colby, fought for the interim title. Y'all know, my boy. And, it'd be kind of dope if they both got W's. And now we're going into the main event. I've kind of probably gave up who I'm going with. And if you are a subscriber of the channel for long enough, you know who I like. And right now, one of my favorites currently out of everyone is Colby fucking Covington, the man of the people, America's champion. I would have brought my Bang energy, but I forgot. I forgot, y'all. I bought a different energy drink. I'm sorry, Colby. I kind of had to go away from Bang, but still my guy. I think Jorge is game. I do have a breakdown on this, so you gotta go check out that breakdown. That breakdown I put in some work, so please check out that breakdown. I think Jorge's game. I think the odds are fucking insane. I think they're insane. Jorge shouldn't be that fucking, man, those are nuts. But I think they're just trying to, like, just almost trying to bait you into putting money on him. And it's not a bad, like, it's not a bad bet. I really don't think so. I think Jorge really has a chance here. But he's 37 years old. He's coming off probably one of the worst knockouts. I mean, it was one of the best knockouts of the year. Right? It was one of his first real knockouts, and it was a bad knockout. He was out for a minute. But he's taken some time. It's been, I think, 9 months. It's been 9 months. So that's a long time to recover. Obviously, he was in training for Leon Edwards, and he pulled out of that. I wonder why. But I won't talk about that. I think Colby should ragdoll this guy. I think this is going to be very similar to the RDA fight that Colby had. I think just Jorge was not anywhere near the level RDA was at lightweight, though. It's just the only difference. But I think this will be kind of tough for Colby. Maybe Colby might give a round, but I think 4-1, I think Colby should take him down at will, drown him, beat him with pace and output. This is Colby's fight, and yeah, go check out the breakdown. But America's champ ain't losing to some dude from fucking Cuba. But I'll just leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go follow me on my Twitter. Go follow me on my Instagram. I forgot to say that in the beginning, but it is what it is. I tried to make that a habit, but it didn't work. It didn't work. So we'll just still upload the video. But like I said, obviously follow me on those all those links, on those social media links. Subscribe, like, comment, share the video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Love y'all and goodbye. You already know I'm on this grind. Earliest dude comes out with the first predictions early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. So if you're watching, I appreciate it. I do check out on my premieres, my live chat, who's actually watching. Obviously when I wake up at like 9 o'clock, right? But I do check that out. So I appreciate all the dudes that actually watch my stuff live, or when I premiere it. Not live, but when I premiere it. And I appreciate that. So just wanted to say that. Can't wait for it. We're going to stream. I'm actually thinking about streaming or doing a fight talk during the weigh-ins. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I don't know if I want to make it a weekly thing. I don't know what's wrong with the light. But I'm actually thinking about it. I'm going to see if Ed's kind of up to it. But I'm thinking about it. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all and goodbye. It's your boy eBay, and I'm out of here.